Hi guys, how are you doing? Today is basically the stream for the weekly session, and we would be discussing a lot of stuff about setups that are really important, specifically for the coming week. This previous week we had like a good amount of data, but there wasn't any sort of specific moves except the impulsive moves that kind of created some of the impact. We can discuss all of that stuff, but before getting into the detail right now, I want you to like look at this calendar. We can discuss that. What are the specific? Just a sec. Just a sec, guys. So we have right here our calendar here. So on Monday, we don't have any kind of data that is coming except we have the inauguration of President Trump this Monday, and we don't have any kind of like other major impact data that we can actually look into. So for that's why the news, there is no news on the Monday that is highlighted, but on Tuesday 21st Jan there is a climate count change, and if we see right now in the details, it says that the change in the number of people claiming unemployment related benefits during the previous month. So it's it shows the unemployment related benefits that people are actually taking. Actual less than forecast is good because it shows the unemployment. So that's why the less people are getting unemployed is good for the currency. So it is the first indication of the employment situation, and released a month earlier than the unemployment rate. So it is released before the unemployment rate. So kind of like makes sense. Moving further, we do have an average earning that is 3 months uh, for the pound, and secondly, we do have Canadian dollar CPI, monthly Canadian dollar medium CPI yearly, and trim CPI. These are the types of like the CPIs, and we do have like a CPI quarterly for the New Zealand as well. On day three, we have like WEF annual meeting, and there is a ECB European Central Bank Lagarde President Lagarde speaks, and then we do have like an annual meeting on like Thursday as well. Kind of like really important days, Wednesday and Thursday. So we do have like a Canadian dollar retail sales for the Canadian dollar and US unemployment claims right here. And we do have like BOJ's policy rate. It would be creating a good amount of impact specifically on yens right here. And monetary policy statement is also coming, and outlook report is coming. So it is really important data that actually we see right here. Um, on another website, it says that it would be coming around like 10 p.m. 10 p.m. for that is Eastern Standard Time, New York time. So then we have on Friday we do have like the press conference specifically uh, for the yens, because I believe that it would be happening around 12 a.m. So making a new day for the New York time. We do have manufacturing PMI, and service PMIs for for the France and then Germany, and we do have like for the PMI for the pound. And guys, overall, like you for US, we would be having PMIs, and then existing home sales, and then University of Michigan consumer sentiments. So there is a lot of data that is out there, and we need to be like super conscious about what we are actually trading. But we would be getting the moves for sure, but we wouldn't be rushing in to take a trade. We would be like waiting for our setups out there. So coming back to the charts right now, that what are actually the probabilities and how things are actually looking. So right now we are looking at DXY. Just keep your eyes specifically on the pairs right here, so that we can actually understand that how things are running. So we have been like constantly discussing this. You guys know that I do daily streams as well as for the weekly. So this would be a weekly setup, and we would be like looking at the week that how kind of like prices performed. So this was like our range right here. We had a breakout. We have been discussing that continuously. Prices came back down, and after prices came back down, all the way prices went up, breaking this high right here. So kind of like still in the bullish trend, which we are looking at. And what ended up happening, guys, that it was kind of like a breach right here, and then prices break on the upper side. After that, prices came back down, taking the liquidity all around here, and kind of like held this order block right here, and now considering this as a support right here. Although we had like a double top right here, although we had a double top right here, but uh, the way it kind of like rejected through this demand zone right here, this order block kind of like was not looking as promising to push the prices on the downside. And you see that the way prices are holding right here, it seems quite strong for the DXY, and prices like can break out further and moving back to the upper side like that. So it is one of the easiest close. I would say that it is easy close that we can actually judge that what is happening. So right now, in any case, guys, like if the prices come back down and broke further down, then we can expect the prices to reach at this level. But most probably, like currently the situation just shows that prices can go and break on the upper side. So as there would be the Trump administration or the administration shift, I believe that prices wouldn't stop right here, but they kind of like would break this level too. So in case if the prices break this level, and most probably like I believe that on Monday after the inauguration or before the inauguration even, the sentiments would be quite bullish for the dollar. So most likely like prices gonna like take this point. Most likely I believe that prices can reach to this level up above there, just because of this inauguration. Because when there is a data out there, there is a lot of impulsiveness, and significant impulsiveness, guys. So most probably like the things would be going on the upper side. So what we can do is right now we can even like make consider this high, we can consider this high, and we can even consider this high. So we do have like three opportunities out there that prices can reach up to. So um, this is an 1100 level, this is 1200 level, and this is 1300 level. So I believe that these two levels would be taken out really quick if the things get on the bullish side. And you see the way the candle is actually developing on the daily, uh, it's quite bullish on the other hand. So you see the structure of the candle, it is more on the engulfing side, and there wasn't any kind of like pullback or something. It's just a direct candle on the upper side. So in that in that regard, guys, I really want to like change the level to the upper end. because most likely the prices would shift. I understand that it isn't happening right now, but most likely is that the prices can go on the upper level. But if we see on the 4 hour, it's quite on the upper side. Let's keep it like that for a while, and on Monday or Tuesday I would be like, whenever I would be streaming, we would be like changing this level. But on Monday, like in maybe in early Asian session or on the London session, the range might continue and then break out above like that. So I believe that it would be like that, and if the Trump would be speaking on that day, so might be volatility on that day too. Moving further, guys, the good news is that at last the CAD has broken the range, and USD CAD, it was like stuck here for a while, and similarly structured to like DXY as we kind of like discussed here. So we might be having some kind of order block down there that is kind of like resisting this demand zone. Again, this demand zone and way it has broken, it's amazing. And the candle right here, you see, it gave us a good selling momentum right here. And I believe that most people would be thinking that the prices would be going down there after this move because of this break that happened. But we were aware of the idea that prices hasn't completed its range fully, and now we see a good breakout after how many days? If we see from right here to this level, so for 30 days, guys, we had for 30 days, guys, we had the prices in the range. It's a lot of time, and you see our patience, specifically not taking any kind of trade in this pair, just because it was like in a way of a consolidation that is quite tough. And we were it's according to our plan. See, why I would just explain you that why it's according to our plan. I've placed my high right here, and of course I would be shifting my high above there. So this is the kind of a structure which we are looking at. Let me like do the daily. So the highs are absolutely right here. That's so true. And currently like keeping it a little bit down there for the 4 hours so that I can actually observe it well. So the idea, guys, that why I placed my this level higher when I could have placed my top level, that is a kind of like a level to read the market or to understand the scenario out there. I could have like placed it right there as well. So why I've placed it above there is the logic that it isn't any kind of peak formation above here, right? So what is a peak formation is something like that. If the candle rejects like that, or if there's a pattern like that and then price is coming back down, this is a peak formation. This is a peak formation. This isn't a peak formation, guys, because it could be the peak formation for the first time, but when this range start accumulating and then this kind of structure happening or this kind of candle forming, if this candle would have formed around here, then we could have expected a move on the downside. But still, it isn't a downtrend because the trend is quite bullish. So any kind of like a sell position in this market, it's gonna like cost us a lot. You see, the trend is quite bullish right here. So it isn't like that you can take the trade based against the trend. We can take a counter trend trade, like people might be able to like lock in profits around this move. But still, you see like the way the rejection happened and this kind of formation, it's like quite complicated. So in that case, you see right here, it's a good breakout that happened, and any the pullback is, by the way, the most important thing right now to talk about is that the way the pullback happened, it's quite bad. See right here, if the price break, if we just take this point as our major analysis, or as a major resistance right here, rather than this major resistance right here, the way the breakout happened, it's just like a small candle around here and around there. So most likely when there is a small breakout, most likely the prices come back down there again. And if the prices come back down there again, we do have like a small order block or demand zone right here. Why? Because you see right here, let me like draw it for you guys so you guys can understand. See right here, why I'm taking this level as an important level, because prices came back down to this point, exactly to this point, and then they kind of like started the move. This is the candle actually like that initiated this big big move right here. So if the pullback happens around here, then again we can expect a move on the upper side, and that trade would be a massive trade for our good amount of profitability. So, and secondly, really important stuff to note that you see right here, this is the zone, and this is the range right here. So this is the low of the range as well. So kind of like make enough sense right now that the prices can pull back down there and then go on the upper side like that. So most likelihood that if the prices like started going on the upper side on the direct, rather than like any sort of a pullback, so let it go, and eventually price gonna pull back around here, and then we can take a bullish move. So don't sell USD CAD. USD is quite strong in the current scenario right now, specifically with the CADs. Now moving to the Swiss, you see right here, this is the alert right here which I've placed. I haven't like marked the level because it was so early for me to mark the level, because I was looking at these two resistances right here that the prices has been like going on the downside, but the way prices kind of like break on the upper side, it's really amazing. You see right here, we had a good break, but it's quite small right here. So there could be a good pullback, and then prices want to continue on the upper side further. But really important point to ponder that we do need this alert right now, but for the current scenario, we need a level as well, because in when I was recently working, and I wanted a level here, but the idea for the level isn't it wasn't that clear. But now it's quite clear that prices has kind of like showing us the reaction around that level. On the other side, guys, you see right here we do have a order block, which kind of like was unmitigated at that point, and you see right here the price is rejected and pushed on the upper side like that. So on the other hand, guys, I want to place an order block right here as well, because let's see how it looks. If it looks messy, I wouldn't be like placing it, but let's not put it right now, because I don't want to like take it to this level, because it has already kind of like reacted around that. So let's keep it like that for the ease. But we understand that prices can come back down to this level, and prices can come back to this zone. Even if goes up, come back to this zone and can push more further up. So most likely the dollar would be getting strong. The indication right now which I'm getting, USD JPY. So this was basically the range. It was an intense range, similarly like USD CAD. We had a level around here. So prices went up, went down, this consolidation, prices formed like a peak formation high right here. So although this peak formation high was basically on the data, but the idea was that this peak formation isn't that clear. Although it is like that, it could have been like clear for some of the people, but for me this isn't the criteria that was fulfilling, because the way this candle looks, it's like it's confusing in a sense that similarly a price went down, went up, fake out, and or you can call it as a probe as well, and it went down, although it took the liquidity all around, but there are good amount of levels. So uh, the most important level which I was specifically really interested is this level right here. This level has been like reacting all the time, guys. You see right here, when this move happened and this kind of like the move on the downside happened, it was all intervention from the BOJs, that is Bank of Japan. And you see right here, I was able to like lock some of the profits out of it, not the full move. That was like super amazing. I wasn't even expecting this kind of reversal that happened. You see, like it was an intense move of around like 2000 pips, but the idea was that I was looking at this level, and as this move happened, I think it was the most easiest trade a person can ever expect. So the idea is not right now, it's not happening right now, that although we do see that there is certainly BOJ's uh, monetary policy, and their policy rate is coming, and outlook of the policy is coming, there would be a reaction, but I don't believe that it would be an intervention for now, because the new administration of United States is coming, and until and unless when they allow it, or like for example when this kind of move happened, so there was a clear cut signal that BOJ chairman actually went to US, and there were like news which I was following that they said uh, you can do whatever to make your currency right. And then BOJ kind of like started buying its bonds. So a lot of stuff, then it kind of like made the currency so strong that everything against the yens were pushed on the downside. So fundamentally, guys, when we talk about this stuff, it's okay if you miss that kind of move, but next time when it is happening, you should know what is happening. Just a sec. So I was just saying that these kind of moves that happen, because this all move happened in front of me, but I couldn't like do something about it, because uh, although I took like some a small profit out of it, but the idea is that we can get these kind of moves if we know what are the scenarios. Like for example, this type of move in US dollar happened in COVID, and in COVID, now you guys understand that how things react to certain kind of fundamental uh, unpredictable situations. And in that case, we would be ready if something has happened, because this type of market actually moves based on the historical data a lot. Anyway, guys, that is a different discussion. So we we did have like this level around here. There was a breakout that happened, a peak formation right here. Seems like there could be a, if for example prices start making this kind of structure, then we can expect a move on the downside further for the continuation. But on the other hand, the way you see these candles are looking like, there are 6 4 hour candles that make like a day, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you see right here, this is a full green day. This is the first green day after after a selling day. So see, this is a candlestick math process that I actually use, and I kind of predicted that how it would be looking on the daily time frame. And you see, it is exactly looking the way I kind of like explained you, because this is what it is known as a candlestick math. So right here, our it was a level right here. We got our reaction, and then prices went down further. I was expecting the prices to reach to this level because this is a first time rejection level, that is FTR level. Why this is an FTR level? Because it looks like an FTR level. But before coming to this point, prices kind of like rejected and formed started going on the upper side. But you need to remember something really carefully, that this low isn't a good low to push the prices on the upper side. But the candle that we see right here is quite bullish and have a good momentum. So it's kind of like making the double sense. You see right here, the way the price is rejected is a total V-shaped structure. Took the liquidity around here, and then a V-shaped structure and moving on the upper side. So it seems like that it is quite bullish on the daily, strong on the daily time frame, aligning exactly with these trends right here. It is totally aligning with this bullish structure, and most likely on the upper side. How we can actually judge that prices can go on the upper side? That, for example, if we start rejecting here and prices come back down there, then actually we can think that certainly the situation is situation can be turned into like on the downside. But if the prices started going up, reaching on the or reaching above this level and breaking this level, or there could be another scenario that if the prices go up, come back down, hold around these levels, and then start here, break out further. This is the point, guys, where we would be entering and locking the profits around on the upper side. So for yens, things are a bit different than CAD. Now we have Euro USD, guys, one of the most traded pair. I kind of like this is a kind of a breach. Breach is the point where the momentum actually starts, and you see this is the point where the momentum began on the downside and price further extended on the downside. All those guys who are like thinking that this is a small move on the downside, but guys, don't forget it. It's like a 4 hour time frame, so it's a big move. It's 84 pip. It's a 100 pip move exactly in front of you right now. And if you just like see further extension that happened, it's around like 71%, 71 pips extension around here. So and the way the price is reversed, see, although I don't count much of the pips when I'm trading, because it's more about the logic rather than like the measured moves. So it's like 76 pips, and then you see it around like 166 pips. The price kind of like reversed back. So it reversed back around like 50% of this down move. You see, it's reversed around like 70% around here. So kind of like a difficult scenario in that case to say that prices are still remaining on the downside. But for the current logic right here, this candle right here gave us enough of understanding that, see, what really happened in there is that price went up and suddenly price got rejected. So this is the opening of the price, this is a closing of the price. So there seems to be like enough of the sellers entering. If we see on 1 hour, you can see it clearly, the way price kind of like rejected around here, and then there is a small range within the structure. So in that case, although we do have like a trend that is bearish right now, we do have a trend that is bearish right now, and on the other hand, we do have like a move on the upper side, and you see the price, the way the price has been holding it. It is still a possibility that price can move on the further upper side and go on the upper side, but most likely the way the price, the structure here that is formed, and the way we are looking at DXY is more on the bullish side, so we can expect a move on the downside. And secondly, this low for me isn't that convincing either, because you see right here, if we can look into past, the things doesn't change like that until unless this kind of range actually develops, then and only then we can expect a move on the upper side. Secondly, on the daily, if we see, this is a move of the candle, but we've seen euro doing like making a lot of ranges until it just like actually breaks out. This is a move that people might be like thinking that this is a reversal for this trend, but this is not. See how extensively they move. And if we use Fibonacci extension right here, let me show you guys that what actually I mean. See how much extended they extended, exactly more than this is the range. If this range is around 400 pips, so they kind of like push the price back to 400 pips down there. They extended that much, and after that they kind of like reversed it. So who are they? They means like the big boys. So the way this candle is actually this range actually is formed, it wouldn't be that easy to push it all the way up there. So they need like a lot of working that needs to be done and trap a lot of traders, generate a lot of liquidity in order to push on the upper side. But for the current scenario, because right now it's a weekly analysis, so I'm just taking my sweet time to discuss all this stuff that is like much on the superficial side. But if you go in detail, there's a lot of understanding behind it. But overall, you are getting an understanding that seems like that euro can break on the downside further, and until it makes a proper low, we can expect then some kind of move. Let's now do it a little faster, guys. Euro GBP kind of like was a hard trade for me. I kind of like tried taking this long right here. I locked some of the profit in this when the prices reached to this level right here. But what ended up happening that the prices came back down, and kind of like locked on some of the break even. I got stopped out on the break even, and after that the prices moved on the upper side. But most important thing is to understand right now is that Euro GBP had the breakout around here, and after that prices went up first time, second time, and then third time after a peak formation, and this third time aligns historically with the backside as well. But currently you see that prices are unable to make a higher high right here and started like reversing around here. So this is the pound GBP, so it means that the pound are taking control now back, and we do have like a lot of pounds data that is coming in the next week as well. So if the data gets a bit smoother with them, the things can like literally change for euro GBP, and prices can come down. But really important stuff is that when and how we can detect it. So that's like a deal for us, that how we can detect it. So right now, guys, this is the level right here, and if the prices start breaking this level and then give us a corrective move on the upper side to this order block right here, this would be our trade from this point, and then we can actually expect a move until the price reaches to this level, because either the range would be shifting, but we can still it would be really important for us to like actually wait for this level, this break, or around here. If this zone actually breaks, so it can be pushed on the downside further. So in that case, guys, I want to place my alert right here, because I totally believe that uh, there is more chances that pound can get stronger. Why pound can get stronger? Because they had like a good data coming out for them in the last week. And this is euro odd. Euro odd is like You see, guys, that it is so difficult to take the trade last week just because of these reasons, this choppy market stuff and all of these like ranges that are like so much consolidated, that kind of like triggered. It was like a hard week. So uh, you see right here, there is a break that happened. This is a this was a impulsive move on the downside, and because of the break of the structure that happened, and then this is a corrective move that happening. And right now there was a first push on that side. Market retested this order block right here, forming a supply zone, and price further break on the downside. And after that, you see right here, we again had the rejection. So right now the trend, we can understand that it's an early sell on the downside, and prices can go further on the downside, but we need to be like really careful in order to like take any kind of position right now, because the situation is quite not clear, in the sense that we need to find a perfect position, something like that. And for that, I believe that if this range actually continues around here until unless like there's a break, then there's a pullback, then we can actually lock in some of the moves. So this is what I believe for euro odd, and I would be still looking it on the downside. Although we do have the bullish range out on the backside, but still we can like spot sellers right here, and they are still holding the grounds right here, because you see, in any case, if the prices reach on the upper side and breaks on the upper side, then we can actually say that this selling was not for us. But still, until and unless the price is holding this level, and we have seen like three rejections around here, so we can still expect the price to continue the range, and any sort of pullback around here can give us a move on the downside. Euro NZD, Euro NZD like is a perfect setup, and really important for us, because for that reason, guys, I would love to kind of like record this, and I've been like recording the setups next week for Monday. Monday we would be having, on Monday we would be having 20th. So on 20th Jan, we need to see Euro NZD. Why this is perfect, I can like explain you guys. You see right here, we had a bullish trend, right? After having a bullish trend, we had a break around here. Prices broke on the downside. This is an order block right here. Similarly, take to Euro odd. Prices kind of like gave a hard time. We weren't trapped. That's a good deal. If you understand the setup you are taking, you wouldn't be trapped. Prices pushed on the three times high, one time, two time, three time right here. Let me make it more clear for you. One time, two time, and three time. And after three touches, you see prices dropped on the downside, a small breach right here, and then prices went exactly on the downside. Still, prices are unable to break this level, and prices are under the, although this range that we see right here, it is taken engulfed by the buyers. And on the other hand, if you see that this is a big range, but still there is like some of the momentum left. So it's kind of like price push on the downside. They kind of like stopped the level around here, and then prices again started pushing on the upper side. So until unless like this range is not broken, we can't expect a move further, because there are twice that the sellers are induced. Number one, the sellers are induced right here, and sellers are induced right here. Although if this is a seller, if sellers are induced right here, price push on the downside, but the buyers actually kind of like took exactly back whatever like people selling around here got stopped out around there, showing that prices can go further up. Price pull back and continuing the move on the upper side. But still, I believe that there is more likelihood that the prices will be coming down because of the idea of like these two breakouts that happened on that point. I hope it makes sense. Eurocad. Eurocad is also proving to be a good setup. You can see right here the way the things happened that the prices broke. Again, prices went back to this level, creating a double top around here. And we can see right here this is a head and shoulder pattern as well. And after that, this is another order block right here. And prices went down. Now again trying to push back and can further push on the downside. So seems like that the euro can most likely give us a sell side move. This is our order block right here, which is unmitigated right now, and we can expect some kind of reversal around here as well. Anyway, that would be making the chart more unclear. So moving on Euro JPY. The good thing is, guys, that yesterday I took this position after this candle formed. I took this position. It was like a super stressful move because the pip size for Euro JPY is really small, and a small stop loss even would be giving you like a lot of loss if it goes against you. So I kind of like took my position around my entry around here. My stop loss was around there, and you see this is around 57.3 pips. So according to your size, if you place like $2 per pip, this would be easy $100 loss if it goes against you. And you see how much it moves actually. So it's quite like a difficult pair to even work with. So in that case, the idea here was like that triggered me to kind of like support my idea, and I kind of like was able to take the profits exactly at this point. Was just one thing that you see right here. This is a demand zone right here. This is a demand zone right there. The price kind of like uh, pushed on the upper side, and after like a lot of days, prices were able to reach down there. And if you see how many days it took to come price to come down there was around 28 days, guys. 28 days it took the price to reach down there. So I was expecting a move, and you need to understand that if the way the price is rejected around there, of course there is a memory hidden in here, and for the memory that kind of like would have shown the reaction. So that was the logic, and it went wonderfully according to the logic right here. Just a second. So I was saying that the prices just reacted according to the logic, and I was able to lock this trade. But if you see like this trade on 1 hour, it was really interesting. Not on 1 hour, but on like 15 minutes. The reason I was able to hold this trade specifically was this order block right here, and the way we got the reaction around there, it was like super amazing. So it would be like a deep another sort of discussion, but anyway, prices were able to like reach on the upper end after that and kind of like stopped up there. I would be removing this order block because I want to see that how exactly the price reacts. We do have an order block or kind of like an FTR level up there too. So we can mark that right here. Why this level is important, I will like tell you that in a sec. You see right here we had a breach, and exactly at this point there was a FTR level as well. So in any case, if the prices go back up there, until and unless like prices will be reaching up there, there would be like on Thursday we would be having like a lot of datas for yens. So meanwhile, like if they kind of like use it to form a range, any sort of pullback then can give us a move on the downside for yens, because it seems like that yen's gonna get stronger for a while. Euro CHF. Euro CHF is like struggling, guys. It's like so much difficult. This week I took a trade on Euro CHF right here. I kind of like shared with you too in the community. So the prices kind of like failed to break on the lower side, and I was able to like close my trade around this point rather than like giving my full stop loss around here. If most of the people would be saying that if you would have like waited for your stop loss, you wouldn't have hit or all that. Because guys, I'm kind of like trading that is like more on the day trading to swing trading setup. So I cannot like hold the trades for that long if it is getting super choppy right here. So as it kind of like broke this level, it kind of like made my against my plan. I wasn't expecting, because most likely I was just thinking that price is going to go down, but the real logic behind it's like really important. That why I messed up here was that I should have waited for this break. I should have waited that a candle should come there, and then I could have expected a move on the downside. But what ended up happening eventually, like price went up, unable to form the high, and again the prices are unable to form the high, and again we are seeing the rejection around that point. So really like a messed up pair right now in order to like take on Euro CHF. But when we'll go further, there would be like more better setups on pound specifically. So guys, from this pair onwards, I will be going like really fast now. So on pound specifically here, we do have like a peak formation and prices are pushing on the downside. Most likely the price is going to reach down there. So it makes sense, because on GBP AUD, although like this is an order block which we are looking and we are waiting for, because you see my alert right here, and prices has been like after breaking the prices from this point, you see that there is a big extension that is happening, and still prices in the channel right now, and this extension that is happening, it's like quite like difficult to take a trade. So when we need to act is that if the prices reach to this point, and then we can actually like expect some kind of move on the upper side, and again we do have some kind of order blocks around here as well that can actually push the price further on the downside. So it's quite difficult for us to understand that. And similarly right here, guys, like most probably like this is the low right now which we are looking at. This is another order block right here that can actually react, but still it's so like difficult for me to actually understand this kind of position right now. So guys, see, the idea is simple, that if you can understand the setup, don't put your money into that. And right now in this kind of choppy state, I wouldn't ever want to like take any kind of position. It's better for me to wait rather than like to take any kind of position, because we need a proper move, something like that, in order to like, because this is the best trade you can ever enjoy right here. See, price broke up, pulled back, continued and to that point, and I was able to lock my profits around this move. So uh when it comes to this, although like with this kind of move, we did got a small range right here, and then continuous breaking down, and then after that continuous breaking down, and after taking After that, price also went, and now it's still in the range, and most likelihood that the price is going to go down there like that. So on the other hand, pound cat has given us a good move. There's a triple bottom right here. You can see right here there's a triple bottom, and in that case, guys, I would be moving my main low point to this level. This the low is like 547, and here the low is like 561. 560, 561, and here the low is 547. So this is the low down there. Why I'm putting my low right there is for the two reasons rather than down there, because I was expecting the price to go down there rather than like there. See, the idea is that we did got a small breakout, and although it's not as significant, but we did got a big reversal around here with this kind of move, a big candle on the sell side. It's a big move, guys, like literally a big move. If you see it on like 15 minutes, you would be like totally shocked to see that how big it is. That see, it's like a big move that happened. So it's around 46 pips and 56 pips, and it is enough for literally for like 2 days to chill out. And you see right here that price kind of like is still struggling, but it's kind of like on the upper side. Most likely, the if the price reach above there, we can expect a move on the downside, and then we can like change our low. But for now onwards, I feel that we can kind of like place it right here. Although this wasn't even bad down there either. If we place it right there, it's also good. But let's do it like that until unless like price fully breaks on the upper side. I don't want to like mess up my low points. Let's do it like that. Seems like it is breaking on the upper side, and then we can expect a move like that on the continuation on the downside further. We do have a low point right here. It's kind of like a probe. This was a low point. Prices made this, struggling to go on the upper side. This is pound yens which I'm talking about. So seems like if I had like a good opportunity on euro, that's why I took on euro JPY rather than like on pound JPY. Now this is the low right here. GBP So this was the point where I took the position on euro CHF rather than on pound CHF. If I would have taken on the pound, I would have like logged in good profits around here. But see, the idea was right, and we are still having the extension. What I mean by extension is that this is a selling after the push, and you see like how big the push is, and still now the price is kind of like in a selling channel, and still like the the momentum is still decreasing for the sellers. Each time the sellers come in, the prices are pushed on the downside. So most likely is that price is going to go on the further downside. For that reason, I would like to I would like to change the low to this point rather than like keeping up there. Let me tell you why. Because you can see simply, which I've discussed, that the prices and the momentum is continuously decreasing, and most likely the prices can be pushed on the downside. This is how we are looking at it. Kind of like really unclear setup. Australian dollar. Australian dollar gave us a double structure right now. We have like a double bottom here as well as we have a double top right here. It was really confusing to understand that what would be the scenarios. But if we see like the back structure, the historical data, that is like totally in the sell side. So we are cool about it. We're chill about it. There's no rush. Uh, it would be requiring a lot of energy to break this stuff, and if not this month, next month, NFP, things can like literally fire back up, back again. A lot of opportunities this next year. High is 53 right here, high is 60 right here. So let's keep it like that for the better understanding. Euro NZD, quite difficult move on the upper side. Momentum is not good either. Price is trying to go on the upper side, crossing this. The reason for not changing the level before the stream, because I want to like show you guys that how things react to the levels which I certainly place, so that you can understand that these levels are like AUD CAD gave us a proper rejection around here, and you see like the setup started forming higher highs, and seems like this was an impulsive move. This was an extension. This was the low. This low break. Price is going on the upper side right now, so this can again come back down like that. This can give us a good opportunity to really good opportunity can come into this AUD CAD. AUD JPY seemed AUD JPY. See how difficult it was to take a trade in this. You see right here, price is making like 4 candles, 2 3. People would be expecting this pull bar that prices can go up, but it kind of like literally locked everything out and then moved on the upper side with this full push. So it's kind of like a really important stuff to learn specifically on the short, small time frame. But currently, like prices stopped around that point. Let's understand that if this could be the low, it would be something like that right now. UDCHF difficult structure right here. We did have an order block right here, and you see like now it's demand zone. 2 times prices came within the zone and unable to go on the higher side on the other as well. AUD NZD is a difficult structure. In that case, like prices are unable to push on the upper side, so they might be like pushing on the downside and making a further low, specifically with the Trump inauguration. Trump inauguration would be so historical. Uh, NZD CAD kind of like gave us a good structure right here. Breakout, then prices in the consolidation, further breakout, and can move on the upper side as well. I want to remove this level. I want to see that how the reaction occurs. We do have like a FTR level right here, and you see the prices are reacting really much to it right here. So beautiful, beautiful structure right here. Prices pull back and move, continue on the upper side. I want to remove this level, and this is how it looks right now. So if the prices come back down, we can like shift our lows down there, and I believe that the prices would be coming down. I want to bring it to that low because this is not promising low right now, which we are looking at. Because on Friday, this close that has like literally reversed 50%. So it's not clear to say that. NZDCHF has been giving us a good structure right here. You see the price has broken, then this is a corrective move that is all happening. Price this is a this was a sell structure right here. Although it is so much difficult to even take it, but seems like prices would be coming back down there. It's not easy structure right here which we are looking at, but still we do have the chances. And secondly, right here, prices are unable to make the higher high, and now prices are coming on the downside. So if the prices reach to this level, much likelihood is that the price is going to go on the downside right there. This could be our first target, and then a partial and full target right here. So in that case, I would be really liking to putting my alert right there. I want to see the reaction around here. NZDCHF has a good potential than other pairs. I can like show you if you just like rewind the stream. We have like CAD JPY. CAD JPY. It's a it was a tough scenario in that too. We had a breakout right here, and after the breakout, this was a recent breakout, and the reaction which we got is low hanging fruit trade, and price went down. Low hanging fruit trade means that you see like whenever there's a tree, you guys would be like going for the lowest fruit rather than like the fruit that is up here. So it's just something like that that they kind of like break out, pull back, and continued on the downside further. So after that, we still got a reaction with this, and this is certainly like this is the level right here that we need to actually look. We do have certain levels around here as well, and most importantly, we do have this supply zone right here as well. If the prices comes up there, we should be like looking at this really good. CAD CHF guys, this was the structure right here. I was I kind of like was able to like after this formation I was able to lock this profit around here, and after that I took my whole position out there. So the idea was that it would have gone on the upper side, but it kind of like took so much long rather than like going on the upper side. As the price started coming down there, I had like my break even above here, so it kind of like stopped me out a little bit on. I took like a big partial on uh this point after the price was unable to like break this, because I was expecting the price would be breaking this level on the same day, because I took the position in an Asian session around here, and I was hoping that for the London the price gonna like literally break on the upper side. For New York there could be an expectation, but in London I was quite sure that prices would be pushed on the upper side. So at and literally it went to the New York as well, and it couldn't break. So I kind of like was aware that things are not looking good, and I kind of like locked out the position. But really important thing, guys, one of the most important discussion right here, that the good news is we got the break, and we got a break right here, and prices had confirmed us that we had gotten a break. So now let's enjoy the downtrend, and we can lock literally out of it. And it would be one of the prime setup that I would be actually looking for the next week, one of the prime setups, and I would be like taking a full juice out of it until I, because we are early birds to understand that, guys. the masses gonna understand later when the prices would be reaching down there. People would be understanding that this is sell. We would be understanding it's the sell right now. You see, after the break, price pushback, and this was a even low right here, and prices are even like have shown us that it's still going down there. Because see, if uh, if we see this is our major low right here after for this structure, right? Uh, as this was our low, prices reached to that level and kind of like pulled back, and then again on the sell structure. So it's like quite sure sell, and how we need to execute it, that's something else. So this is the point. Price might be breaking. This is giving us a small range, and then we can actually lock in some of the move. Or even if the prices rise on the upper side, unable to make the higher around here, literally we can take the trade for the downside. So CAD, CHF, a good structure formation, and it is on the top. So we do have the CAD's news that is coming out specifically on Thursday and even on Tuesday. So Monday would be like a bit chill, but CAD CHF is a similar structure to the other pairs, guys, and you see the way it kind of like reacted around this level. Bit difficult to understand right now. Prices held around this point, kind of like stopping themselves, but still difficult. So in that case, let's bring our lows right here, so that most probably like the price would be continuing on the downside, because the way the reactions happening around this point is not clear, in the sense you see right here, this small doji, this doji, prices are unable to push on the higher side. Even the prices are unable to break this level around here, and if the prices are unable to even break this level, we can expect the prices to go on the further downside. This is a simple analysis right here. So guys, it's over. Again, back to DXY. So there was like a lot of learning today, and three major setups which we are looking at is USD CAD right here, because it's like totally in the cell structure, and we did had we have been like getting the breaks, again a break, again up pull back, prices made like a similarly head and shoulder, push back down, break, and now prices like started moving on the upper side, but we do have a small order block. So if the prices are unable to like go on the upper side, so we can expect a move on the downside coming back down there, right? Second structure which we are looking at is euro nzd. Euro nzd is similarly like exactly on the order block, but the reason for the euro nzd is like this is a break that happened, prices went up, uh, push back down, inducement happened around here, prices again getting rejected. So if the prices are unable to go on the upper side and started forming a cell structure around here, we can actually look for the cells on the downside. So this is how actually I'm currently looking at, and NZDCHF is also another option for us, because of like this move, although price is making higher highs, but here price is unable to make a higher high and started getting into the sell structure. So around here I have my alert placed, and the last structure which we are looking at is similarly CAD CHF, that we have already explained. That see, this is the first time rejection that price occurred. Whenever like price went down here, unable to make or break this level, prices went down unable to break this level again, and we can expect a easy move down there. So this is the most prominent setup that I believe we can catch that. So anyway, guys, take care, have fun. It was a long stream, but it was a weekly analysis.